check, 1, 2.
Curious about real estate? Yes! Then you've come to the right place. Get the knowledge you need, get over the fear, and get started. This is the Michael Quarles Real Estate Show with your host, Michael Quarles.
Hello everybody, Michael Quarles with the Michael Quarles Real Estate Show. Today is Thursday, and we have podcast 232. It is a scenario question, and remember, if you have a question, send it to support@michaelquarles.com. Here we go. Can you please give me some ideas of how I can build rapport with a person? I'm asking because I just spoke with a seller and I asked her questions to get the information I needed, but I couldn't find any commonality to find rapport so she will remember me. I spoke with an older lady that never really elaborated on any of the answers. She just gave me answers and waited for me to ask the next question. Converting the lead is something I struggle with. So I'd be very appreciative of some words of wisdom. Yeah, that is absolutely required. I call it my purses and shoes and news and sports. And so I'm constantly listening to talk radio news, CNN, CNBC, Fox kind of stuff, for what's happening in the world from a news perspective, so I have something to talk about. I'm constantly listening to sports radio, the hot topic of the day. I like Shine On Sports. I like any of the Mad Dog stuff. And they're just talking about baseball, football, basketball, hockey, that kind of stuff. And I can get the topic of the day kind of thing. We've got a Final Four, or I had a Final Four on Monday. And, all that kind of stuff is important. And so that's kind of why I listen to those radio shows. Now, for females, now naturally the younger demographic, I'm constantly looking at purses and shoes. So I can tell the difference between a Prada and a Gucci and a Michael Kors, and the red bottoms, some of the stuff that really, the wedges, and they full wedge, or they not all wedge, or they flats, that kind of stuff, because women love their purses, they love their shoes. The reality, however, is irrespective of how old you are and how old they are, but most people have indications within their home. If you've seen their home, let me refer back to the question. I need that like music, that just waiting music. Let's assume you were in our house. Probably have pictures. Like if you were at my house, you would see I'll go through the pictures on my house, my walls of my house. So if you're sitting at my dining room table, which will seat 8, maybe one of the things, big dining room table, do you do a lot of things with the family here? I mean, if it seats 8, that must be, there's a reason it doesn't seat 4. Then I got 4 bar stools, so man, I can put 10 people at my table pretty quick. Got a big old thing in the room over one of the arches that says family. That's a pretty good indication that something's there. And then in one area, I've got apples and pears, and oh gosh, what is it? It's an apple and a pear and something else. And that's a tribute to my wife being a school teacher. So if someone saw that, it's apples and pears. Is that school teaching? Is that kids? Tell me about that. In my man room, now it's women are allowed, but it's a man room. I have a half naked female body, very attractive kind of thing. It's nothing too over the top, but you could bring something like that up. In my pool table room, I've got boxing gloves signed. I've got memorabilia signed by Muhammad Ali. I got MMA gloves. I've got all kinds of sports memorabilia. So you can bring up any of those topics you want to someone if they have those kinds of things. Any pictures of kids, that kind of stuff, you could bring that up. Man, I got a little Chihuahua dog and a little wiener dog. And all you have to do is, you got animals. These are cute little things, and just start playing with them and open them up. They're no big deal. Okay? You look into my backyard, I've got 50 friggin' palm trees of some sort or another, and I've got a big old swimming pool you could bring up and say, oh, you like to swim? It looks good out there. Is that a waterfall out there? Yes, it is. And you can just, you can start having friendly conversation if you choose to. Now, as you walk up to my front of my house, there'd be a place for you to sit on a little bench, and on that little bench is a little stuffed girl, because it's, we're at Easter time, so we've decorated it for Easter, and I've got a little bunny rabbit out there, and a couple, 3 or 4 or 5 dozen colored chicken eggs, plastic chicken eggs, because of course it's Easter. Heck, in Valentine's Day, there's hearts out there. Christmas time, Thanksgiving, there's all kinds of stuff out there. You walk right past the Bentley as you come up the driveway. Gosh, you got to talk about the Bentley if you walk past it. If my garage door is open, then the whole weight set and the whole garage is a workout gym. I mean, you could ask about that. So there's things that you notice just walking out through a house. And some of those things are real powerful. I want to build them into the conversation, especially if I'm talking to a very cold person, not cold-hearted, cold person, meaning they don't have a lot to say. I'm going to get them out. Did you watch last Sunday, the Country Music Awards? Did you watch that, kind of stuff? And older people kind of watch that stuff. My mother-in-law is 84 years old. Man, she loves The Bachelor, and she has found the Kardashians. I am so lucky my mom's found the Kardashians. I tell you what, she sits in front of the TV and she stares at the Kardashians. And if they had a Kardashian Spanish show, I don't think she'd ever come out of her bedroom, quite frankly. But anyway, I'm getting off on tangent, but there are things that you can talk about. You can talk about, what have you done in life? What do you enjoy doing? You can bring up something, someone that that's relatively the same age, and bring up what they enjoy life and just talk about them for a second. It doesn't have to be like strange conversation. Now, let me tell you how you do all this stuff. Just talking about it is one thing. Knowing how to do it is a different thing, right? It's called storytelling. You have to be good at telling a story. Painting that picture with words. Describing how you feel. And the easiest way to storytell is to have a partner, and you guys are going to make up a story together. And you have no clue where the story is going to go, but here's how you do it. You got a partner, and the rule is don't make fun of each other, because this is your way of learning storytelling. And whenever you are going to say four words, and when you're done, you abruptly stop. The other one has heard those 4 words. They're going to say 4 words and abruptly stop. 4 or 5 words, something like that. And then you are going to do the same thing, and you're just going to carry this story. It's just your storytelling. You're making up stories. You're just wits coming out of you. I mean, you're just having fun. You're just talking. You're free-flowing conversation. You're learning. You're getting easy with it. And then when you do that, when you have the power of storytelling, then you can start relating those stories and how to build a relatable story back to a situation that you've seen inside of this house. Because if you go, oh, that's a nice picture of your dog, and you don't tell a story about that nice picture of the dog, well, shame on us. I mean, let me tell you, that's a beautiful picture of your dog. I took a picture like that of my dog. It was when I got married, and my dogs begged us. Now, they begged us in a dog language. You go, and that kind of stuff. And then we said, okay. Riley and Precious. Yes, Precious is my dog. And she's just so cute. And Precious and Riley, we decided, since they were going to be on our wedding, because they go, we want to be at your wedding, in the dog talk. So we did. It's gorgeous. My wife wore a very beautiful wedding gown. And what we decided to do is have our dogs' wedding gowns made so that they could be in the wedding. And we just took some, they were just adorable. If here they were so proud and so pretty, painted their toes and gave them a bath. And, of course we took them to the groomer and had them, just their hair done. And we didn't put any makeup on them, but boy, they were just beautiful, much like the dog that you have here in this picture. And they were just so proud, and we took some pictures, and they were just a focal point of our wedding that day. Yeah, it was just an absolutely enjoyable time to have, because they're family. We know they're family. Some people don't realize their animals are family, but our animals are animals. Our animals are family. And so you storytell. You create something that other person can attach to, lower their wall a little bit, a lot, kind of thing, and buy a house. Great question. Don't forget about the coaching program. We learn all about this stuff. $1,197 for 6 months, or 6 equal payments of $247, whichever is better for you. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.
Thanks for listening to the Michael Quarles Real Estate Show. Get more info and stay in touch at michaelquarles.com.